Today, as I have finished already the 2 units, one is the human reproduction, then the reproduction in plants. 2 things already are finished now. Now I expect you to go through the EPL questions. At the end, the questions of the board are given. I hope you have seen it, right? Backside for every unit, at the end there will be questions of 1 mark, 2 mark, 5 mark questions are given. I want you to go through them and solve them, right? Because then only you can understand how much you already have understood the subject. Because once you just keep on listening like a story, then you will not even get idea what questions will appear. So next work for you is every chapter end, whatever questions are there, you take one assignment book, write the question in red pen and write answers for each. Right? This will help you in main examination, board examination will help you a lot. And once college reopens, I am going to test them. How many of you are written or not. It's not that, okay, it's like a punishment and all, but it is you to confirm yourself how much you have understood from my class. Right? So, go through the questions in an assignment book, write the question number, question name, complete question you write, then answer. 1 mark question, 2 mark question, 3 mark and 5 mark, all. That will be helping you in future, because in main examination you will be searching what to study, what not to study. But once you go through them, EPL, all the questions are there. Just go through them, done. If you want, you can refer your NCERT textbook also. There also some questions are there, you will get answers for them also. Right? So this is your homework. So don't think that just reading, just listening to the video and forgetting. No. I want you to learn and write, practice it. That will be really use of this class. Otherwise, we are doing the class, some of you are watching it, some of you are not watching it. It's not an option here. You people have to watch it, go through it. It's like taking the class. In the class, I can ask you, okay, you are not listening, you please stand up, answer and all. But here, it's showing how much sincere you are. You have to be very sincere in listening, understanding, writing questions and answers, because we are all working for your growth and your development and your future, right? So better now you start writing the questions and answers, then definitely you will get the questions, because most of the students who can ask me the questions are the same people, right? They'll ask, madam, this I didn't understand, that I didn't understand. Only the same group, 1, 2, 3, 5 people are there, they will only ask me. But remaining people, whether they are understood, they are not understood, I am not able to follow you all. Right? So better now you start solving the questions, because at the end, if at all I ask you to solve all the chapters what I finished, is very difficult for you. So solve them, understand. If you don't understand that question, or if you have not found any answer, please take a pic of it and send me the question, so that I can answer to you. Right? So this is my request to you, and you people have to show that you are really sincere in learning the subject. Okay? Now, we will now move on to the transcend subject. The transcend questions will deal with. So you know that in transcend little higher, because it's a Neet questions are there. So you all have transcend with you, I think. Those questions I will read along with that. Not all the questions I will solve. How much ever is possible, those questions I am going to solve you now. Right? So let us begin with the first question. Okay. The first question is under human reproduction. First one is match the column 1, column 2. So what they are given is, in column 1, they are given different activities. One is parturition, second one is gestation, third one is ovulation, fourth one is implantation, next one is conception. So these are certain terms given in this, and the column B has all the meanings for this. Okay, so you need to answer for these. What are they? So without even seeing the choice from the column B, you can directly answer this. What is that? Parturition is the process of childbirth, right? You know this. Childbirth, common meaning you should know already, right? Then instead of going through the answers key, whether they are right or wrong, you first should know what are they. So that is how, when I do, you already know that when I am doing Neet portions, I will not just read all the 4 answers. Before that, you have to guess the answer, whether the 4 answers are there or not, to guess it. So first one, you know that parturition is the process of childbirth, right? Then gestation is the period of pregnancy. It's a pregnancy period. Ovulation is the process of release of ova, release of egg from the Graafian follicle. Implantation is the process of fixation of the blastocyst, where it is fixed into the wall of the uterus, uterine wall, right? Conception is the process of getting pregnant. These are the meanings of this. So if you understand the meaning, then options are very easily understood, right? So parturition is childbirth. You know that in humans after 9 months, 10 days plus, there will be childbirth happening, and the whole process we have explained already. Gestation is a period of pregnancy till how many days females will be remain pregnant. That is gestation period, and you must know one more thing connected with this gestation period. In elephant is the biggest, 2 years plus is the pregnancy period. Therefore, it is the longest gestation period is in the elephant. Then ovulation is the process of releasing of egg from the Graafian follicle on the 14th day. See, all connected things you understand. On the 14th day of the menstrual cycle, if it is 28 days menstrual cycle, and it will be passing through the fallopian tube. Implantation, you know that the blastocyst which is formed after the zygote begins to divide in early embryonic conditions, there will be a blastocyst cavity formed, outer trophoblast, inner cell mass. Inner cell mass is going to form the future embryo. Trophoblast cells are helping to form the extra embryonic membranes. So such blastocyst will fix in the wall of the uterus. That's called implantation. Conception is to get conceived, means the pregnancy is confirmed. That is, to get pregnant is called conception. So let us check now the options in the second column, right? So first option they are given is attachment of zygote to the endometrium. Then it must be the implantation. Release of egg from the Graafian follicle, it should be the ovulation. Delivery of the baby from the uterus, it is the process of parturition. Parturition is the childbirth. Then duration between pregnancy and childbirth is the period of pregnancy, right? That is gestation period. Gestation period is the duration between pregnancy and the childbirth. It's called gestation or gestation. Next is formation of zygote. By fusing of the egg and sperm, it is called as fertilization. It's not given actually. Fertilization is not asked. Okay. Stoppage of ovulation and menstruation, it is during conception. That is, fourth one is for E. So E is for the fifth one actually. Formation of zygote by the union. No. So listen, the option given is first option, D option is right here. A to 3 they are given. Parturition, delivery of the baby. B to 4 is given. B to 4. Okay. Duration of the childbirth. Okay. Then last one, E is conception, which should be given as a stoppage of ovulation and menstruation. That is actually menopause. So here conception is right. Conception is formation of zygote by the fusion of the egg and sperm. It results in fertilization, then conception. So you can just modify also the question. Instead of conception, you can be getting fertilization also. Because option fifth is fertilization. Conceiving happens after that. Okay. So that's about the option D is right for the first question. Now let's move on to the third question. Identify the human developmental stages shown as well as the related right place of its occurrence in the normal pregnant woman, and select the right option for the two together. Means where it happens, everything, the process and option where it happens. That is development stage, first one, and where it exactly happens. First option, the A is given as late morula. They are given mid of the fallopian tube. Just guess about it. So morula is the stage of development of the embryo after cleavage. End of cleavage is morula, right? So end of cleavage is embryogenesis happened already. It has come out of the fallopian tube. So it is not in the fallopian tube. It's a wrong option because late morula will not be in the fallopian tube. Second option given is blastula. End of the fallopian tube they are given. First one is again middle of the fallopian tube. Blastula is the end of the fallopian tube is not actually happening. Blastula happens almost after it will pass off, right? So it is starting after fertilization happens in the mid of the fallopian tube. So after fertilization, immediately cleavage will start, right? Cleavage results in the solid ball of cells called the morula. Then blastula is next stage. It would have already entered the complete uterus. So therefore, end of the fallopian is wrong. Blastocyst is uterine wall is right. Blastocyst will fix in the uterine wall. Already we are told if this is the blastocyst, if the uterine wall, blastocyst will come and attach to this, right? With inner cell wall. This is right option. That's C. Then 8 cell morula, starting point of the fallopian tube. This is also not right. So among all this, right option is C. Okay. Next is fourth question. Bartholin glands are situated. So before entering into this, let me discuss about the Bartholin glands. Actually, in females, the Bartholin glands are present on the either side of the external, that is the labia majora. On either side of the vagina, there are two glands present called the Bartholin glands. What is their function? Their function is to produce some alkaline fluid which helps for the nourishment and survival of the sperms, and female will produce that when she shows sexual urge. That time only the Bartholin gland produces a fluid-like structure, that is the Bartholin fluid, right? So they are given Bartholin glands are situated on either side of the vagina in humans. They are covered by the labia majora, the outer lip-like structures in the female pubic portion. So that's the right option. Second is given as on either side of the vas deferens in humans. Remember, vas deferens word, you should not connect it. Why? Because vas deferens is in male. Vas deferens is in male, so Bartholin glands are not connected with male. So it is a wrong option. On either side of the penis in humans also is wrong. On either side of the penis you will not get any glands. On either side of the penis, slightly outside the body, you will get two testes. Then on either side of the fallopian tube in humans, not there. Nothing is there on either side of the fallopian tubes in human beings. Okay? Now, question number 5, you can see the drawing. It is given with the parts in that. Right? So, the drawing is simple. Female reproductive system is given. So, let me continue with the drawing only. And you can answer that easily. Because here, they are asked, given human reproductive system, what are these parts, right? So first one, A is given. We can see A is the end of the uterus, right? So the same drawing, I need not to draw, but just I am showing you clarity of the diagram I want. Okay, they are given like this, uterus. Okay, like this. This is what we have discussed already once. Okay, this is the cervical canal and this is the cervix. Okay, and then the lower portion here it will be vagina. So they are given this as the A. A is nothing but cervix, and B is nothing but the uterus. You know, this is the endometrial tissue. C is the fallopian tube, and fallopian tube ends with this last portion, and here D given is ovary. D should be here actually. This is ovary, it is D. Okay, it will not be here actually. D is here, and this will produce number of ovarian follicles and produce the egg. And if egg passes here, this can be egg, right? But anyway, they are given D is the ovary. So therefore, this is the right option. A is cervix. Then B is the uterus. C is fallopian tube. D is the ovary. Okay. Apart from that, you can expect something else also. This is, I will give you it as E. E is what? E is the endometrial tissue. Then fallopian tube parts I can give you. Here you will get the outgrowths. What are these? This can be F. This is nothing but fibriae. This is the egg. Like that, any part is given, you should answer. This is a vagina. FG is a vagina. Like that, every part you should know. This already I have given you drawing in detail. You are going to discuss We have already discussed about it. Any doubts, you can please ask me the questions. So the option D is right because cervix, uterine cavity is B, fallopian tube is C, D is ovary. Right? Done. We will now move on to the next question. What is the question? So not all the direct questions, straight questions, all of them I am not going to discuss. Let's now move on to the seventh question. Seventh question given is identify correctly matched pair or pairs of germ layers and their derivatives. This one whole list I have given. You can go through that. I will not go to the details of this question because all the things I have given you. If you feel there is some doubt in answers, you just please ask me. Right? Then, eighth diagram is given as it's a male reproductive system. You can answer that also because it is simple. Whatever you get doubts only, I will discuss with that. Right? Then 11th question we just check. Identify the parts labeled as A, B, C, D, E in the human sperm. You can see human sperm structure. A is the tip of it. It is the acrosome. B is the next part. That is the nucleus of the male nuclear structure. Then C is the plasma membrane. The given is the plasma membrane. Then D is mitochondria, and the E is actually this you have to understand a bit. This answer I still doubt whether it's right or wrong. Just let me give you this. This is the tip of the sperm. Neck, body part. This much is given. Here is the male nucleus, full thing. Here is the acrosome. Okay. Now, what is given is this is the A they are given. This is acrosome, right? And B is the nucleus. This is nucleus. This is B. This is A. This is nucleus. C should be given at the neck area. Okay. This neck area is not mitochondria. Actually, in the neck area, they should mention this. In this neck area, you will get a proximal centriole. The option is not there. We can add it up here. This is the proximal centriole. Can be C option. Add it there. For B option, you add it there. D is a mitochondria, the ribbon-shaped structures, ring-like things. Here the mitochondria called ribbon curve. Mitochondria is D, and E is given as a plasma membrane because above this whatever you have is the plasma membrane. Okay, plasma membrane. So one thing you can modify. Now only you are getting the doubts. We can clarify them. This is the right option. Make B as the right option, but change the C in that as the proximal centriole. Right? That's the right thing. Okay? Observe and correct it there only. Okay? Fine. Next question. 12th question you can see. 2n is equal to 16. The chromosome number, diploid number is 16. In a primary spermatocyte, which is the metaphase of first mitotic division? It is the first mitotic division, whatever forms is primary spermatocyte. What shall be the total number of chromatids in each of the secondary spermatocyte? Right? So for this you should have a little background. So 12th question I am solving. So 12th question what they have given is 2n is equal to 16 in the primary spermatocyte. Okay? Spermatocyte. Now what is in the secondary spermatocyte they have asked. Now you should know the total spermatogenesis. What happens during spermatogenesis? First thing, there will be the spermatogonia found from the germinal epithelial cell. This is the spermatogonial mother cell or spermatogonia which is diploid in nature. First, then it undergoes growth and it's become bigger. This is called primary spermatocyte, still 2n. Again 2n equals to 16. Right? Now what happens is it enters a meiosis. This is a growth phase. Okay? Now meiosis happens. See how to understand. Meiosis happens. On first meiosis we get two cells which are haploid. These are called the secondary spermatocytes, where n is equal to half of this, that is 8. So secondary spermatocyte must contain n equals 8 chromosomes. right? Because there is a reductional division happening in this stage. Okay? So what will be the answer? Is a D answer, that is n is equal to 8. Okay? Let's go to some other questions. Okay, same thing again, female reproductive system is given, but here they have mentioned the parts of the fallopian tube, right? In this, what they are given is, first one given is, the given figure depicts the diagrammatic sectional view of the human female reproductive system, and set out of this 1 to 4 have been correctly identified. Means you have to identify what is the 1 representing, right? 2 representing, 3 representing, and 4. Okay, 1 is whatever given is, it's a perimetrium. 2 given is the myometrium. Third one is the fimbriae. Okay, then fourth one, actually third one is the infundibulum, fourth one is fimbriae. Right? Find out where they are present. Right? In B option you see, third option given is infundibulum, correct? Fourth given is fimbriae. Fifth is cervix. That's a right thing label. Therefore, under 14th question, B option is showing the right labels. Because only 3 they are labeled, but all are right. Right? But here 1 and all they are labeled it in a wrong way. D option you just check once. 1 given is perimetrium. Right? Perimetrium is outermost one. They are labeled innermost one. Innermost one is endometrium. So it is wrong. Right? Then in C option they are given, fourth one is oviduct funnel. It's not a funnel of the oviduct, we call with a different name. So fourth given is fimbriae, there are outgrowths at the tip. Therefore it is wrong. So B option is right in this. Now 15th question we just check. Given below are 4 statements 1 to 4 regarding the embryonic development in humans. What are the 4 stages of embryo development in humans? First one is cleavage divisions bring about considerable increase in the mass of protoplasm. Is it true? No. I told you, during cleavage there is no increase in the size or protoplasm. Same, it is simple mitotic division resulting in the formation of solid ball of cells called morula. So that is not the right thing. Second option given is, with more cleavage divisions, the resultant blastomere becomes smaller and smaller. That is right, isn't it? So if the one zygote is so big, if it divides into 2, the 2 cells become smaller. Again divides into 2, still smaller. Like that. So one division after the other division, cells become smaller and smaller and smaller. Right? That's the right thing given. Third given is, the blastomeres in the blastocysts are arranged into 2 layers, trophoblast and endometrium. Check it. Endometrium is not true. They are saying blastomeres of the blastocysts are arranged into 2 layers. What are the 2 layers? Outer ones are trophoblast, inner ones are inner cell mass. They given endometrium is wrong. Right? So that is the third option is wrong. Fourth said that cleavage divisions result into solid ball of cells called morula. You know this. Just now I told you that cleavage results in solid ball of cells called morula because there is no cavity. Therefore, this is a B is right option, saying that second and fourth the statements are right. That's why B option is right in this. Okay. Then check the 16th question. They are given the various hormones in the menstrual cycle. Just check the pituitary hormones during the menstrual cycle. What do first and second represent? You can say first hormone is first less, that is FSH it is. Slowly increasing for the maturation of the ovarian follicle into Graafian follicle. So it increases and it becomes peak at the ovulation period in the 14th day. Therefore, first hormone is increasing on the 14th day. The next is LH. LH is helping for the ovulation only. You can see it is released from the hormone from the pituitary. FSH and LH. LH again, first it is slow, slowly it is increasing. On that day of ovulation, again it is reaching the peak. That's right. Therefore, option C is right in that. So, drawing you have to go through, then only you will understand. Then you see the 17th question, there is a given structure is Graafian follicle structure. I told you have to practice structure of Graafian follicle continuously Why? Because Graphian follicle diagram is a practical oriented question, theory oriented question also. In Neet also it has come. You just watch. The diagram is given. What are the parts of this? You just check. The A option given is outermost layer of the Graphian follicle, that is theca externa. True. Next layer given is theca interna. What else I told you in theca interna? This will produce hormone estrogen. What for? It helps in ovulation, release of the egg, right? Then C is the ovum, right? You can see here C is the egg within the portion which is a hump-like structure in the Graphian follicle. That is C is the egg. D is membrana granulosa. The layer surrounding the egg is the membrana granulosa, third layer of it. Then E is antrum. E is the membrane of the Graphian follicle. Let me remind you once again the structure of Graphian follicle. Once again, if I draw, I hope you will understand that. So 16th question, I think it is the 16th question. 17th question. Structure of Graphian follicle is given. I want you to once again get that back, right? So Graphian follicle, what I gave you was, in this book it is given outermost layer theca externa, next layer theca interna, membrana granulosa. This is the egg here. Okay. So here you can see this is theca externa. This is theca interna. This is membrana granulosa. This is the egg. This is the membrana granulosa surrounding this. Okay. This is the antrum cavity. So once you know the structure properly, draw and practice, then there will not be any issue for you to think about twice or thrice. Again, you have to look at the options only, you will write correctly. Okay. So therefore, you understand that if you know the subject thoroughly, there is no need becoming difficult or no any other competitive exam is going to be difficult for you. So drawing is given and that is option D is right in that. Okay. Let's now move on to next question. Yeah, there is one more, 18th question. Which of the following hormone is not secretion product of human placenta? First is human chorionic gonadotropins. I told you it is HCG. It is produced by the placenta. It helps in the development of the gonads in the embryo. Second, prolactin. Prolactin is a hormone helping the production of milk in the mammary glands. Therefore, prolactin is not the hormone produced by the placenta. Okay. Estrogen, it is produced by theca interna. Progesterone is produced by, I hope you know, corpus luteum. So what is corpus luteum? Corpus luteum is the portion becomes, that is yellow colored fluid secreting substance present in the Graphian follicle once the egg is emptied during ovulation. That gets filled with yellow fluid. That starts secreting progesterone. What is progesterone function? It helps in the maintenance of pregnancy. Therefore, every word is having meaning in this. So therefore, you will have to write the right answer as prolactin, which is not produced by the placenta. It is produced by the maternal area. It is normally pituitary. Prolactin is produced by pituitary gland. Right? That helps in the production of milk in the mammary glands. Next, Sertoli cells are regulated by the pituitary hormone FSH at the uterine, because Sertoli cells help in the nourishment of the growing embryo, growing sperms. So their production or their number will be controlled by FSH only, because they are the one which are controlling the formation of sperms also, androgen hormones. Then, which of the ovary in mammals act as endocrine gland after ovulation? The same thing I told you. Which part of the ovary? In ovary, what part is going to form the endocrine part in future? Right? Already we discussed that whenever the egg is released from the Graphian follicle, the inner portion gets filled with a kind of yellow color fluid we call the corpus luteum. Corpus luteum continuously starts secreting progesterone. What is the reason? Because progesterone helps to make the bed of blood vessels in the uterine wall. What for? If the fertilized egg enters or zygote enters, it has to get implanted. That is done by the progesterone hormone. Therefore, the complete the tissue of the Graafian follicle, internal part, will start secreting the hormone progesterone for maintaining pregnancy. Right? So the option. Okay, let's continue with the next questions. So let me finish those questions which may be new to you, which I have not explained. Those questions I'll discuss. So almost I gave you about the 48th question in the next one. Let's now move on to one more thing I wanted to pick this. That's about the 46th question. So go through the 46th question. It's given as pick the odd one out from each series given below and select the correct option. The first option you have to select which is not right. So A option given is scrotum, rated testis, fallopian tube, vas deferens. What is not right in this? Think. Then I'll give you answers. Second one. So first one, you see scrotum is male reproductive system in which the sac-like structure in which the testes are located. Right. Next is rated testes are the thin tubules that are given out from the sperm. What is sperm lobules or the testis lobules? They lead to the rated testis. Male. Fallopian tube is given. So how it is wrong? Because it is not connected to the male reproductive system. It's a female reproductive system. And last is vas deferens. It's male, no doubt. So among the four, in the first option, fallopian tube is wrong. So it is not. It's a odd person in this. Odd one it is. Right? So first one, this is odd. Next one, second one, ovary, uterus, vagina, ejaculatory duct. Ovary, female reproductive system. Uterus, the female, the large cavity in which baby grows. Vagina, it is the complete end of the cervix through which normally menstrual bleeding happens or the childbirth takes place. Ejaculatory duct is wrong. Why? Ejaculatory duct is found in men, where all the various ducts will join, the reproductive tract and the urinary tract join, there is the ejaculatory duct. So therefore that is wrong in that. Third option, third given is acrosome, Graafian follicle, corpus luteum, cervix. Acrosome, sperm tip will contain acrosome containing hormones, lytic enzymes, not hormones, lytic enzymes. Then Graafian follicle, it is the female reproductive system. We actually found in the ovary. Ovarian follicle become Graafian follicle. It is a female one. Corpus luteum. It is the only when already I told you egg is emptied. Graafian follicle produce corpus luteum. Cervix is also female. Among all the so many options given, acrosome is wrong because it belongs to males. Then prostate is a male gland, large gland, produce prostate fluid. Testis. This is the one that containing seminiferous tubules produce the sperms. Seminal vesicles, these are the vesicles through which the sperms are produced in the testes. And Cowper's gland, normally it is producing the bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland produce the pre-ejaculatory fluid. So pick the odd one out of each series given below and select the right option. So you can see A option, B, C, D option you can see here. In the first one you have taken fallopian tube out. Second option you have taken the ejaculatory duct out. Next one you have taken the acrosome. Last one is testis you have taken because prostate is a gland. Seminal vesicle is a gland. Seminal vesicle produces semen. Cowper's gland is a gland. But testis is not a gland. Testis contain seminiferous tubules. Therefore, among all these, D option is right. All odd ones are taken out from this one. Right? Good question it is. Next you see 47th question. The principal tail piece of human sperm shows a microtubular arrangement. So this you have to think of the cell biology. So they given 7 plus 2, 9 plus 2 arrangement, 11 plus 2, 13 plus 2. But always you would have seen structure of the cilia or structure of spindle fibers when you observe. You get like this. You find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here and 2 will be here. This is how they are arranged actually. They will be arranged this way. You would have studied last year this thing. This is the arrangement of microtubules. 9 outside, 2 will be inside. This is called the 9 plus 2 arrangement. And this is seen in the even spindle fibers and flagella and even in the human sperm tail. Therefore, 9 plus 2 arrangement is right option. That is the B option. Okay. Now we move on to the next one. That is, the question should be 50th question you go through. HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin, HPL, human prolactin hormone, and relaxin are produced in women. Women, who are producing these three hormones? First one, at what time? First one, at the time of puberty. Puberty, you will not get HCG. Puberty is sexual maturity, you will not get HCG. Then, only during pregnancy must be right, because these are the hormones produced in the placenta, right? Then at the time of menopause, actually hormone production will stop totally, or there will be lot of variations in the hormones, but these hormones are not produced, right? Only about estrogen, progesterone and all, they may be produced in menopause, but that too in a varied amount. Therefore, at the time of menopause, they are not produced. These are not produced. During menstruation, no, these are not produced during menstruation. Therefore, 50th question, HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin. Every time I say it, you get the long forms. HCG is human chorionic gonadotropin. HPL is human prolactin. HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin. HPL, human prolactin. Then relaxin. All are produced in the pregnant woman from the placenta. Therefore, it is only the female who is pregnant she can produce these hormones. Next. So options among this, B is right. Okay. Now let's go to the 53rd question. The third stage of parturition is called afterbirth. What happens in the stage, what we call it as afterbirth? First stage, baby's head will move down. The next is the ejaculation of the baby. Third is called afterbirth. Afterbirth is what? Excessive bleeding? No, excessive bleeding won't happen during that. Fetus is born and cervix and vagina contraction to the normal condition happens. Means already fetus has gone or it is born, cervix and they get contracted. This is only when baby is totally out. Right? Fetus is born and the contraction of the uterine wall prevents excessive bleeding. This is the before stage. Right? Last one is placenta is exposed. Only when the placenta comes out of the, after the fetus movement, once the placenta come out, we call it as a afterbirth. Till if the placenta is still there in the mother's womb, then it is not called afterbirth. Once the baby is born, then immediately after within some time gap, placenta will come out. That is called as the afterbirth. Only when placenta is expelled out. Okay. So remember that. Next is, at what stage of life oogenesis initiated in human female? Means when oogenesis begins. You know already oogenesis is the formation of egg, haploid egg from the diploid oogonial mother cell. At what stage the oogenesis begins in the human female? First option given is a puberty. Most of us we do mistake saying that it must be puberty, but wrong. Why? Because during puberty, menstruation starts. Before menstruation, lot of things would have happened before stage only. Right? That means it is not the one what appears is right. At that time, she shows her sexual maturity during puberty. But before that only, oogenesis might have started. Okay? What is the second option saying? During menarche. Menarche is again the onset of the menstruation. The same thing at puberty, sexual maturity, onset of menstruation is called menarche. Even menarche can be asked as a separate question to you. Not the menarche. Menarche, during that time, oogenesis will not happen. Oogenesis might have started long ago. Right? Then during menopause, actually everything will stop. Right? No oogenesis, ovary almost starts shrinking, hormones start reducing. Therefore, menopause is considered to be reproductive rest in women. After 50 years plus or 55 years plus, there will be a resting phase in females. So, menopause is the wrong answer. It should be at the embryonic development. when the baby is in mother's womb, if it is a girl baby, if it is in the mother's womb, during that period only, the baby oogenesis starts in her ovary. Imagine, so earlier it has started. Almost up to one stage it is arrested. Almost like a first or the first meiosis get arrested. Only as the baby is born, slowly development starts, and during the the menstruation, all it will complete. Right? First menstruation it completes. But it started very early during when mother is pregnant and she is having the girl baby. In girl baby's ovary, oogenesis would have started. That's so early, so early. Right? That time only it has happened. Right? So therefore, option should be D option. During embryonic development only, the oogenesis get initiated in human female. Right. Next question given is, the given table shows difference between spermatogenesis and spermiogenesis. Select the incorrect option. You know, spermatogenesis is the formation of the sperm from the diploid germinal epithelial cell, but this contains formation of spermatid and then spermiogenesis together. So let us see how they are differentiated and see which is the incorrect, means the wrong option, the given one. Okay. First one says process of formation of spermatozoa. Right. Process of formation of spermatozoa is in the spermatogenesis. Spermiogenesis, process of formation of spermatozoon from the spermatid. Okay, it's correct, right? Because process of formation of spermatozoa also is for spermatogenesis, right? Spermiogenesis is spermatozoon from the spermatid also is right. It is correct, but they are given incorrect option. Second is, it changes the haploid structure to diploid structure is wrong, right? Because in spermatogenesis, the diploid structure will become haploid. Because diploid spermatogonial mother cell will become haploid sperm or spermatid. Therefore, it is a wrong option. And in spermiogenesis, they are given, it involves conversion of diploid another structure into haploid structure. Is again wrong. Therefore, B is the wrong option or incorrect option from the given all four. One more given is growth and division occurs in spermatogenesis is correct. In spermiogenesis, division and growth are absent is also correct because only metamorphosis happens in the spermiogenesis. So that is right. A spermatogonium forms 4 spermatozoa. Is right. One spermatogonia, 4 sperms or spermatids are formed. Next, under spermiogenesis, a spermatid forms a single spermatozoa because it is a metamorphosis spermatid into sperm or spermatozoa are same names. Okay, don't get confused. Spermatid get metamorphosed to sperm or the spermatozoa is the right option. Right? Therefore, first you should have this as a difference. Sometimes they may ask you the difference between spermatogenesis and spermiogenesis. So all the 3 you can write as answers. The first given, it is the development. What they are given as process of formation of spermatozoa is correct. Spermiogenesis is the process of differentiation of spermatozoon from the spermatid is right. Like that you can, a lot of answers you get in the questions only, but you have to know the theory properly. Then you can get to know right options and right answers. Okay. Now, some more questions we will discuss if at all. Yeah. 72nd question you can think of. Match the column 1, column 2 and select the right options from the codes given below. Right? First one given is hyaluronidase. What is hyaluronidase? Hyaluronidase is the type of enzyme released in the acrosome. So it is helping in acrosomal reaction. What are the enzymes I told you? They are all lytic enzymes: hyaluronidase, sperm, lysine, sperm, acrosin. 3 things are released. They are given here hyaluronidase, sperm, acrosomal reaction is right. A to 1 is right. Next is corpus luteum. Corpus luteum is producing, already I told you, progesterone for maintaining pregnancy. So the second B option will go to third answer, third column B. Then gastrulation. Gastrulation is the third one. It is metamorphogenetic movement. This I want to give you a bit, right? I'll explain you now. Then the capacitation, it is the sperm activation. Colostrum, colostrum you all know, the milk produced during childbirth, which is rich in nutrients and antibodies, that is required for the baby to become strong for the pathogens that may enter after childbirth. Therefore, mother has to feed the baby. Now, I wanted to tell you something about the gastrulation, which is nothing but the morphogenetic movement. Right? This I would like to explain you, that is the gastrulation. Little bit I already explained during the concept explanation, but understand what is gastrulation now properly. Gastrulation is the formation of gastrocele, a new cavity. Imagine it is normally, I am giving you the example of frog's gastrulation. This is the blastula. This blastula has a blastocele in the center. Here we will have macro and these are the micro. Upper ones are smaller blastomeres, lower ones are larger ones. Here the cells are dividing faster. So two types of blastomeres are formed. Upper smaller cells, lower larger cells, because lower cells contain lot of yolk, they will not divide. Right? Now this is the blastocele. In gastrulation, blastocele start decreasing with a new cavity development. There will be some of the cells tucked in. These are the micromeres. These are the macromeres. Macromeres are the larger cells. Okay? Now, micromeres will be fast dividing cells. Macromeres divides very slow because of the presence of yolk in this area, full of yolk here. But as they start dividing, they start spreading all over the, imagine a ball, all over that they start growing. Right? But once they come to this area, the cells get tucked in. Instead of going out, cells will get tucked in like this. Due to which cells start moving inwards. This small opening will be formed, it is called the blastopore. The dividing cells will move all the way like this, and they start entering into this, and slowly they will reduce this cavity and form a new cavity like this. Blastocele is reduced. And these cells which are dividing micromeres come all the way like this. This is first one is called as to get in invagination. As they come here, they start involuting inside. Inside they go. And once they get in, they start moving all over. They disperse. They are called as diversion. Convergence and divergence happen. This kind of movement, that is, first one is involution. First one is invagination. Second is involution. And third one is epiboly. These kind of movements happen during gastrulation. The blastomeres move. Involution is moving inwards. Invagination is they tucked in. They, instead of moving out, they start moving in. Right? Then involution is they get rolled inside. They are rolling into the cells. But here, while rolling, the megameres or macromeres cannot move. Therefore, they form a big lip-like structure. We call this as a yolk plug. This is little extra. Because they are very heavy, they cannot get in. They will form like this. Right? Then micromeres, as they are growing both the sides, these micromeres, fast growing ones, go over the macromeres also. This is called as the next stage. This is called epiboly. Overgrowth of micromeres over macromeres is called epiboly. These are the stages where the cells show movement. They are called as the morphogenetic movements happen in gastrulation. It is slightly higher version. So whenever you want to study this separately you have to learn in frog, because it is studied in detail. Even it happens same way in humans also. The central new cavity developed is called the archenteron or gastrocele. This will become the central cavity of the gut. Right? So that's about the question answers. you study other questions also. In the coming class, I'll give you reproductive health certain questions and plant reproduction. Okay. So now you go through all the questions, practice corners also, guidance corners also, write the answers, and if you get doubts, please ask me. Okay, don't just think that we are doing some classes, you are just, if whenever time permits you read, otherwise you forget. Don't do that. Sit like how you are sitting in the class and learn them thoroughly and take the question immediately, the transcend, solve them. If you are not able to solve them, that means you are not concentrated. So try to observe and understand everything. You are doing subject very much in depth, right? You understand in the class there will be some lot of disturbance sometimes. But here we are doing only subject. It is very concentrated subject you are getting. Respect it and start working out. Tell your friends to work out, because so much depth, hardly any other videos if you have seen, you would have not got so much depth into it in 12th explanation. So I want you to really take advantage of all our efforts and utilize it for your growth. Okay? All the best then. Study and solve all of them. Okay? Done.